those are not only beautiful materials but resistant materials. In this cemetery, you can notice that there are many monuments, family vaults. Those monuments and family vaults sometimes were created by an unknown artist. But anyway, we can admire all those monuments and beautiful constructions that we have in this open-air museum, because this cemetery is considered an open-air museum. In this case, in this cemetery, it is said that here we have 55,000 graves, and about 2 million people have been buried in this cemetery. It is said that the 80% of Cubans prefer this cemetery. I mean, Cubans that live here in Havana, they prefer to be here in this cemetery. In this cemetery, we have private properties. For instance, this is the principal avenue in this cemetery. Along this avenue, we have the principal monuments that were created by many of those families that we used to have in Havana, that we used to have in Cuba. They used to pay even 35 pesos in gold for being in this principal area that was dedicated to Christopher Columbus. And here we have, for instance, here on your left, you can notice the principal chapel. The chapel of this cemetery, the yellow building. The chapel has an octagonal base. It is said that a building with an octagonal base represents the way to eternity. There is a lot of symbolism in this cemetery. A lot of symbolism. And here, although we have private properties, we also have grave, or we also have the possibility of receiving common people. This is a very active cemetery. It is said that about 40 burials they can organize each day. It's a very active cemetery. But for being here, people don't have to pay at all. Although this is considered also a museum, people don't have to pay for funeral services. In Cuba, people have to pay for flowers. Just for flowers. So people who don't have a grave can be here. For instance, they go to the area dedicated to the state vaults, because I told you that here we have private properties. They go to that area dedicated to the state properties, and in each grave we can put 5 coffins, and the coffins are indicated with numbers. They are identified with numbers from 1 to 5. We put people 7 feet on the